Seems like these days Charlotte Flair just can't get out of her own way because she has upset WWE fans yet again. In today's video, we are going to be discussing what she exactly had to say, some recent comments from her father, Ric Flair, and John Cena, because they all come together and connect. Now, look, Charlotte Flair returned at the Royal Rumble after a devastating injury that sidelined her for over a year. I'm talking about a torn ACL, MCL, and a meniscus in a SmackDown match against Asuka. She had to get surgery. She was put on the sidelines. She was out of action. Fast forward, she returns. And going into the Royal Rumble, we all knew that WWE was planning to have Charlotte Flair win the match. Go on to WrestleMania 41, where they challenge for the Women's World Championship or the Women's Championship, and likely win the dang thing at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. The big question was, would she go after Rhea Ripley or would she go after Tiffany Stratton? We all know that she went after Tiffany Stratton, and oh, how this feud has erupted. We know that fans have been almost triggered by Charlotte Flair because you have those who, all right, you're a Charlotte Flair fan, or you have those who are just absolutely outraged by any single thing that Charlotte Flair does on television. And if you're in the latter, well, I got a video for you. Now, look, Ric Flair's daughter has taken exception to John Cena's recent claim that WWE fans will forget her father's name once he challenges and dethrones Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 as the undisputed WWE champion and becoming a record breaking 17-time world champion. Right? He recently talked about how he plans on doing that in a recent episode of Raw by saying that he was going to ruin wrestling. He's going to ruin wrestling for every fan, every wrestler, for everyone at WrestleMania. Well, in a recent interview with The Independent, Charlotte Flair, who's a 14-time women's champion, she fired back and she said, "You can't erase history. History is facts. And you can't erase my dad. You erase me." Um, it's not possible to erase the last name of Flair. I plan on breaking my dad's record. It's something I want to do and will do. If John Cena is the first to do it, then I will break John's record. Now, Charlotte Flair, if she does, and I anticipate that she will, and I think most people do, including odds makers, I expect Charlotte Flair to go out there and become a 15-time champion at WrestleMania when she dethrones Tiffany Stratton as women's champion. Okay. Now keep in mind that there has been a lot of things said, a lot of things reported, even action statements, comments, remarks, anything regarding Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton leading up to this feud. Think about it like this. So we all know April 4th episode of SmackDown, things got out of hand. They really, really did, right? Because Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, up to this point, they were doing a very one-sided build, in my opinion. I wasn't alone. I've seen y'all's comments, I've seen y'all's reactions on social and here on the channel, and I will say this. Yes, it was very one-sided because you had a situation in which Charlotte was literally getting the better of Tiffany every single week. I'm talking about the split interview segment or the split screen interview segment on SmackDown, right? Where Charlotte absolutely owned Tiffany Stratton, and a lot of people thought that Charlotte, as the cool kids say these days, Tiffany in this segment, that Tiffany had nothing to go up against when it came to Charlotte Flair and the promos, that Charlotte absolutely demolished her. And to a certain degree, I would agree with that. Now, Tiffany, she's had her moments. She's had her standout moments where she's, the brawl, right? Where she dove off the barricade or balcony or whatever it was onto all the security guards. But then the April 4th segment really kicked things up and really got things going because Charlotte Flair obviously frustrated and really upset by the fans' reaction to her in that segment. I think you have to look at the fact of this. WWE has got to get to her and has got to tell her, hey, you cannot get flustered by these fans. I want you to watch X, Y, and Z clip of Triple H, Stephanie, John Cena, Randy Orton, some of the better talkers, and more importantly, one of the or more of the better talkers who are heels who deal with intense, strong reactions from the fan base who will want to boo them through the entirety of their segments and go, hey, this is how you handle it. You don't start and stop push every single thing. No, 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 no. You look at it and you go, okay, this is what they did. This is what they did right. This is what they did wrong. They don't start and stop their promos. They just carry right through them. And if you can do that, then don't worry if, Bill and Jan in the audience with little Billy is not going to be able to hear you, right? They're not hearing you because you're not even talking. So instead of giving the fans trying to overtake or hijack your segment, your precious television time that you've worked hard for, you need to talk through them, because don't focus on the 10, 15,000 people that are in the arena. You need to be focusing on the people, the millions upon millions of people watching at home on Netflix, USA Network, at whatever device, whatever streamer, whatever platform that they're watching, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. That's who you're playing towards. That's who you need to look at and go, hey, this is your focus. You have to drown out the boos. I want you to have that microphone as close to your face as possible. I want you to channel your inner screamo band and yell into this microphone and get your points across. And the people in attendance will shut up. That's what she has to do. That's what she needs to do. That is something in which I would plead for them to do. And I think if you can do that, then I think Charlotte Flair will be better off. And I think this program will be better off. Um, it was Fightful Select that came out with a recent report talking about how WWE has not altered, has not changed, had not adjusted their plans for Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41, and they should not, regardless of what they have planned. Whether it is Charlotte Flair going over, which most people would agree with, whether it's Tiffany Stratton going over in a shocking, retaining type situation, regardless of what you think, regardless of what I think, whatever Triple H thinks is best for business, whatever Triple H thinks is the best direction for Charlotte Flair, for Tiffany Stratton, for this company going into WrestleMania 41 with the women's title on the line and coming out of WrestleMania with the championships on the line, then that is exactly what you have got to do. You have no other choice. You have to do it. It doesn't matter what happened in the segment. It doesn't matter what the fan reaction is to Charlotte Flair. She's a heel. So if the fans don't like her, great. She's doing her job. You, as a fan, are supposed to boo a heel. I think people have grown up too much into this gray area, tweener type era where they don't realize, as a heel, you are literally trying to do anything in your power to get fans to hate you. That's what heels do. And if you look at it like that, then Charlotte Flair is doing that. That's what she's doing. She's doing her job as a heel. She's trying to get emotion out of you. So that's what I think. Hey, you thought we were done here. No, no, no. One quick thing, one quick thing. If you would, let me know your thoughts on this video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What I get wrong? What I get right? I'd love to hear your voice down below. Thanks for watching, y'all.